Hello, hello everyone. Jennifer Tarle from Tarle Speech. Welcome back. And again, today I have a syllable stress lesson on heteronyms. What is a heteronym? A heteronym are words that are spelled the same, but they have a different pronunciation. And today, the pronunciation difference is going to be all about syllable stress. And how do you know when the syllable stress changes? We have a rule, thank goodness. When a word is used as a noun in a sentence, we are going to stress syllable number one. And when a verb is in the sentence with that word, we are going to stress syllable number two. And that's a very general rule. I have a heteronym playlist that I'm going to link in the description, so check that out. And I am going to link all of my heteronym lessons in that so you can practice all of these. Now, these heteronyms that we're talking about today are spelled with C-O-N, but there are some heteronyms like the words tear and tear where they're spelled the same, but they are pronounced differently depending on the meaning. But today we are talking about con words. And when do we say con? And when do we say CUN? I love this question. I got this recently again. I've been asked this question many, many times, but it kind of struck me because in 2 days' time, I got a question about con versus CUN, and then our question from last week, pro versus pra. And so I was like, oh, this is great. I can do like a little mini series. And I love that because then I think things like get into your head a little more and you can make it more of a habit. All right. So without further ado, let's get into the lesson. All right. Here is our general rule again. You are going to stress syllable number one with the con, and you are going to make a truer vowel. And in this case, it is that ah sound. So for this really open, wide, oval-shaped mouth, that is going to help the tip of your tongue get really low and the back of your tongue pull high up. Ah, con, con, con. We are going to contrast this with CUN, and that is the schwa. A schwa is typically a short U sound, and it is very relaxed, very short, and it must be shorter than the other syllables in the word. I do just want to comment that there are regional variations, and some people may say an I or an eh instead of an Those sounds are also very similar, but the key is that it is a reduced, shorter, quicker, faster syllable. Okay, so the difference, like visually with my mouth, is con and CUN. So you can see my mouth is more open in a wide circle for wide oval for con, and it's more relaxed for CUN. Con, CUN. Okay. Now, let's practice some examples. We're going to practice some words, and then to finish up, we have some sentences. So here is word number one. We have conduct, and that is behavior or actions. And this is the noun. So we know we are going to stress syllable number one, conduct, 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 conduct. Now, if we are going to conduct a meeting, to direct it, manage it, or even to like run an orchestra, then we are going to stress syllable number two, the duct. And we are going to unstress syllable number one, making it the schwa. Conduct, conduct, conduct. Okay, so let's practice those. Conduct, 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 conduct. Okay, moving on to word number two, we have the contract, which is a legal agreement. and contract, the verb, which means to shrink. Or it can also mean to catch an illness, like you contract the flu. So we have contract, 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 contract. And now for the verb, contract, contract, contract. Contract, 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 contract. Last word here, we have console. I like this one because a lot of my students, unless you're a gamer, they don't know what a console is. So that is usually like a gaming system or like a dashboard. So you might have a console in your car. And then we have the verb console, and that means to comfort someone, particularly in a time of grief. So let's do the noun, stress syllable number 1. Console, 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 console. And now the verb console, 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 console. Console, 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 console. All right, everybody. How are you all doing out there? Everything okay? All right. So I do just want to comment that sometimes we do have words like comment where we don't change the stress. So we have the comment and to comment. So we don't change the stress there. And then sometimes we have sort of this double stress when we have conversation, conversation, and then we are going to stress the con there. So again, we do have a few exceptions, but most of the time, again, that con, and especially those 2-syllable words, is going to be stressed in syllable number 1 when it's a noun. And then we are going to unstress the con. It's going to become CUN in verbs when we have those 2-syllable words. Okay, let's practice some sentences. So red is going to tell you that this is a verb, and you are going to stress syllable number 2, conduct. Blue tells me it's a noun, and we're going to stress syllable number 1, conduct. The scientist had to conduct the research on positive and negative conduct. The scientist had to conduct the research on positive and negative conduct. Okay, for sentence number 2, we have console, the noun, in blue, and console, the verb, in red. I sat on the car's console while trying to console my sister. I sat on the car's console while trying to console my sister. And last example here, we have conflict, which is the verb in red, and conflict, which is the noun in blue. Your plans conflict with ours, creating a massive conflict. Your plans conflict with ours, creating a massive conflict. Okay, everybody, how did you do? I'm sure you did great. I got a question recently about how do I practice all of this? It's a lot. I get that. My suggestion that I think is easiest, besides just doing some drill, that's important. Practice these words, watch this video again, practice with me, write the words down, practice them a few times each day, especially if you use them. But I think to get the most bang for your buck and to have the most improvement is to think about words that are like this that you use at work. Write those words down. put them on a little sticky note on your computer. And when you're in your next meeting, make sure that you use those words correctly. When you're talking to a colleague in the hallway, same thing. Make sure you use those words correctly. Okay, so thank you all so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Again, check the description. I'm going to link that heteronym playlist so you can practice all of those words. If you want to watch this again and you're on the go, this is posted as a podcast wherever you listen to your podcasts. So you can check that out. And if you're listening to this as a podcast, check me out on YouTube at Tarle Speech, where you can see all of my lessons, not just these longer ones. I have thousands of free lessons, so you can check those out. And if you need a reminder and you're not on YouTube every day because you're busy, I totally get it. Maybe follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, or LinkedIn. I post my new videos that I am publishing on those platforms. And then I also have a summary on Substack. You can check me out there at Tarle Speech and get all of the lessons for the week that you may have missed. I appreciate all of you so much. Thank you so much for being here. Have an amazing day, everybody.